In order to attract your readers and to provide them with a great reading experience, it's important that you as a writer think about the layout and the design of your article, as well as the contents. There are a number of tools in Word 2013 that can help you create an attractive article.
Here I have a text that I've written for an article on running effective meetings. I'm going to show you how I can use the formatting tools within Word to make the article look like this instead, a much more attractive article. First, I want to make better use of the paper by reducing the margins. To change the margins of a document, go to the Page Layout tab and click Margins. Here you can select between a number of predefined margin settings. You can also define exactly how wide you want the margins to be by clicking Custom and entering the exact measurements. I'll click Cancel here and go back to the margin settings.
Hi, I'm so sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to let you know that if you're annoyed by the ads in this video, you can access our tutorials ad-free by getting a subscription to businessproductivity.com or signing up for one of our many courses on platforms such as Udemy, CyberU, and Vimeo on demand. I also wanted to take this opportunity to tell you a bit more about Storyals. Storyals, which stands for Story-Based Tutorials, is our video package offering for organizations that want to increase employee productivity using Office 365. With Storyals, organizations can inspire, motivate, and educate users on effective use of Office 365 by showcasing real-life best practices. Finally, I want to encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channels, Business Productivity and Storyals. Here you will also find my video blog, Succeed in the Digital Workplace, as well as other videos that can help you increase your productivity. If you have any questions or comments, please post them here and I'll do my very best to get back to you. With that, let's go back to the tutorial. Thank you for watching.
If you've set up custom margins before, the last used custom settings are available in the menu. In this case, I'll select Narrow Margins, and as you can see, the text now fills out more of the page. Now I want to change the layout of the text into two columns. I want the title, or the headline, and the subheadline to remain in one column. I only want the body text of the article to be arranged into two columns. To arrange text into columns, mark the text you want to rearrange. To mark large chunks of text, place the marker at the beginning of the text and then scroll down to the end. Hold down Shift on the keyboard and then mark the end of the text. On the Page Layout tab, click Columns. Select the number of columns you want. Here I'll select 2 columns. The text is now arranged into 2 columns. If you want to change the spacing between the columns, open up the ruler by clicking the View tab and then mark the ruler option. To change the width between the columns, move your mouse until it becomes a double-sided arrow. Now hold down the left mouse button and then move the marker with your mouse. Now I want to add some pictures to make the article easier to digest. To insert a picture into your document, place the cursor where you want to position the picture and click the Insert tab. I want to insert a picture from the internet, so I'll click Online Pictures. In this case, I want to use a royalty-free image from Microsoft's clip art library on office.com. I'll write Meeting in the search text box and select this one by marking it and clicking Insert. The image is a bit too big, so I'll click Crop and then I'll crop the picture to an appropriate size. Now I want to change the image a bit by adding an artistic effect to it. To apply an artistic effect to your picture, mark the image and click Artistic Effects in the Picture Tools menu. You get a live preview of what different effects look like. The blur effect is great if you want to censor something, like a face or a credit card number. The film grain effect is good if you want to make something look older. Here, I'll select the crisscross etching effect, which is quite subtle. I'll insert one more image. This time, I want to insert a picture that I have on my computer. So I'll click Insert, Pictures, and select my image. When you insert an image in Word 2013, a Layout button appears. Click on the Layout Options button to see how you can position your image. Here you can select if you want your image to be placed in line with text or if you want it with text wrapping. The default layout is in line with the text. I'll select to position this image with text wrapping using the square option. If you often use this layout, you can set it as the default by right-clicking and selecting Set as Default. You can also select if you want the image to be positioned relative to the text or relative to the page. I want this image to be located at the bottom right corner of the page, so I'll select Fix Position on Page, and then I'll close down the layout options. Now I can position the picture where I want it on the page. I get a live preview of what the positioning of the image will look like. The new alignment guides help me position the image more precisely. The little anchor shows me to what text the image belongs. Even though I've said I want the image to have a fixed position on the page, the image always belongs to defined text that needs to be on the same page. In this case, the image belongs to the paragraph starting with "Taking good meeting notes." So to anchor the image with that text, I'll just grab the anchor and move it to that paragraph. If I insert a page break and move the paragraphs after the anchored text, the image will remain in position since the anchoring text is still on the same page. If, however, I change the page break so that the anchored text moves to the next page, the image will also move, having the same fixed position but on the next page. Again, I want to apply the same artistic effect to this picture, so I'll mark the image, click Artistic Effects, and select the crisscross etching effect. I want to add a caption to this image. Along with the title, the lead, and section headings, captions are the most commonly read words in an article, so they should be concise and informative. To insert a caption, go to the References tab and click Insert Caption. I don't want the caption to have a label, but even if I select the option Exclude Label from Caption, the caption number will be shown. So I'll just leave this option and delete the label from the text box instead. I'll write the caption and then click OK. Now I'll remove the caption label from the text box by marking it and pressing Delete. I'll mark the image, right-click and select Group. This way the caption stays with the image no matter where I move it. To capture my reader's attention further, I'll insert two callout bubble shapes highlighting some of the text in the article. To insert a callout shape, click Insert, Shape, and then select the one you want to insert. I'll select this bubble callout and write my text in the bubble. I'll click the Layout Options button and select to position the shape wrapped with text with a square option. Now I can position the bubble exactly where I want it. I'll click the Shape Styles to apply a nice design. I'm not thrilled about the color, but I'll change that later. To insert one more similar shape, I'll just copy this by pressing Ctrl-C on my keyboard and then Ctrl-V to paste it in again. I'll position the second one and change the text. There. Now I want to change the look and feel of my article. I'll click the Design tab and then browse through one of the many themes in Word 2013. A theme is a collection of styles and color combinations. I'll select this one called Parallax. I'll click the Colors drop-down to select another color combination. I'll select this green color theme, but I'd like to change the shading a bit. I'll click Colors again and select Customize Colors. I'd like to choose a dark green that goes well with the image of the article, so I'll change the first accent color to dark green. I'll save the custom color combination and name it Dark Green. Now I want to make some changes to the title. I'll mark the title and change the font to Adobe Hebrew. I'll increase the font size so that the title covers the full page width. Finally, I'll change the color by selecting the dark green in the applied color theme. I'll update the title style by right-clicking and selecting Update Title to match selection. Now I want to highlight the beginning of the text by enlarging the first letter, by inserting a so-called drop cap. To insert a drop cap, place your cursor by the word where you want the drop cap inserted. Click Insert, and then Drop Cap. Here you get a live preview so that you can select which layout option you prefer. I'll select the one where the letter is dropped into the text. To make it stand out even more, I'll mark the drop cap and change the font to Adobe Hebrew. I'll also change the color and select a dark green in the color theme. There, now the beginning of the article stands out more. The final touch is to even out the text on the second page to balance the article. I'll move the callout shape and position it at the top of the page. I'll place my marker where I want to break the text to even it out. I'll click the Page Layout tab, Breaks, and then select to insert a column break. There, now the text is split, evening out the article. What I've shown you here are just a few examples of how the built-in tools in Word 2013 can help you create a really attractive article.